Here we are again. I am going to try to get you started and give you a little heads up on some things you need to expect to see this week. First week is pretty much a prep week, okay? Think of it as getting you ready for week two. Really, that's what we're doing. A couple of things that I'm going to be looking at when I look at your works. One of the things is I want to be sure that you're following the instructions, of course. Now, this is the welcome page, but if you'll go over here, and I'm going to skip the week overview because that'll be another video that you can watch by yourself. If you go over here, you'll see that there are lots of things that are going to need your attention, things that I want you to read. And if you go up here into your multimedia library or your reading assignment, you're going to be able to find the materials you need that will amplify this material here. Let's go down here because the language of art, principles and elements are things you're really going to need to know for week two. So don't just kind of breeze through those. Take some time and see if you can figure them out. Let's go to elements for an example. Here we go. And it's going to start you out with line. All right, no big thing here. You can read that, maybe get some ideas about what it's saying. And if you scan down, there's some wonderful examples here that will give you the rest of these elements. For an example, here's line. That's one thing you're going to be studying. Then there's color. You're going to learn a little bit about color, form, shape. You're going to learn, I hope I'm not making you dizzy going by these so fast. And then you're going to get to value. These are all elements, and they're very important when you look at art. Now, the underlying theme of all you're going to be doing in this class will be helping you to be very clear in the way you see things, the way you visualize design, and also the way you write about it, okay? So don't groan. We're going to learn how to write very clearly about this, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that you do it right. Now, that includes things like spelling, grammar, Don't want to turn you off. I want you to be aware of this as we go into it so you don't feel like you're being cut off at the knees, all right? I'll coach you through it, and there are lots of other sources. If you'll go back through the announcements on the course home over here, there are lots of other sources that come up that you can go look at over here. Things like writing and computing help. This is very important. And if you want to go to this class down here, which is another great class, click on this and an announcement will show you where the links are so you can get to those, all right? Now, week one, prep week, right? So think of it in terms of that. When you get over, let's say, go to elements back there since we just looked at that again, and when you've kind of looked through that, you've read the little blurb on each one of those things, then go back up to reading and assignments. Click on that and your book should come up if you've already set this book up. If you haven't, you do need to go back in and be sure you have your book attached. This is your book and it tells you, same thing, line, and this takes you to the textbook, which is going to talk you through some more information. So you don't feel like you're dancing, oh well, that didn't work too well, did it? Well, normally it does. So you don't feel like you're standing out there dancing all by yourself. Something like this ought to come up when you click on that, all right? I guess the reason it was giving me a problem was it was already open and it wondered if I had a brain, and I think I do. Anyway, here's line, and as you do the introduction and scroll down, it'll give you more information and a little bit of an audio. If you are having trouble seeing this, maybe the audio would be easier for you, or if you have some kind of vision impairment, that would help you as well. But it's just fun sometimes, and we're all different kinds of learners. Some of us learn better if we hear, some people have to visualize, some people have to read it, so we've tried to cover all the bases here. Each one of these sections under that will tell you a little bit about line. The only thing that they don't talk to you about that I wish they did was when they talk to you about the drawing line in this, they don't talk to you about the line quality. And I'll try to show you what I mean. I'm going to bring up a drawing here by Degas. And over on the, see if I can move this over a bit. Here we go. If I can move this over a bit so you can see it. When you hit these little switches here, it shows you what line is doing. Now it tells you about some stuff here, but it actually shows you here. This is the highlights, how line is used to suggest highlights. These are the gestural lines, the movement lines, the lines that express the real shape of the body, all right? And these are the form lines down here. They give you the solid sense of what that body's about, all right? But the thing that they don't talk about is they don't talk about the quality of line, the thickness or the thinness, the sensitivity of that line. So without doing a whole lot on that, I would be so pleased if you spend some attention on that as well. When you have something like where the shadow is here, a very thick line is very helpful. Okay, very, very helpful. And the artist uses that well. A delicate line that almost blends over here might just suggest maybe the way the earlobe goes or a little bit of hair or something. So that quality of line, that thickness of thinness is very important too. And unfortunately, they don't really spend much time on that. At least I think it's unfortunate. Anyway, as you go down through the elements, like I said, this is a very, very important section. It's a prep section, like I said before. All right. Then when you get to week one, I'll tell you more about it when we get there. But week one is going to be bringing out all the big guns so you do some real serious writing about those terms that I hope you spend this week one, looking at. All right. So anyway, lots of things there for you. I just wanted to help you get started maybe a little bit on this, and I will look forward to seeing what I get from you guys and talking a little bit more. Thanks so much.